Hey, welcome to Mama Mosey Tarot. No captions, no hashtags, no trending sounds. If you are seeing me, it may be for a reason. I'm using the Oracle of Plain Secrets, and I'm having problems shuffling if you're wondering why I hadn't looked up yet. No captions, no hashtags, no trending sounds. If you're seeing me, it may be for a reason. Okay. We had legislation in reverse. Now, legislation upright is a call to do things out of the norm, do things a little bit different, not necessarily from point A to point B. Maybe you go A, C, B first, right? But with the fact that it's in reverse, it's like doing that is just going to throw everything haywire, and it's like you're trying to reinvent the wheel for no reason, other than to say you reinvented the wheel. So there's an issue there. So we had Blue and Adversary come out, which is proud, venomous obsession, unswayed by reason or patience, with the heart and blue. So it's like I want these things. These are my dreams, and I'm going to have them. Really, Veruca Salt vibes with that one. But there's an issue here. I'm not saying you're Veruca Salt, but there is an issue here. There is something here that needs to be addressed. Something that is hidden. Something that's beating far below. So, we had Capture come out, and this does actually come out a lot for this collective. But Capture is signifying that there is something that is being held on to for too long. Something that you hold on to like, I don't want to say empower you. It feels more like something that is used dangerously to kind of set you off a little bit, and it needs to be healed. Inner child, axolotl. You can heal yourself. But I want to know how you go about doing that, because it's all you can heal yourself, you can heal yourself. Yes, how, please? How do we heal? Don't make any big, sweeping, aggressive promises. Oh, I'm going to change. I'm going to fix this. It is going to be one day at a time, like most changes. It even says passive on the card. Just don't make any big vows. There are things that could change. Healing is still definitely called for, but because I had a question when the axolotl came out and I said heal yourself, I think some of you might have had a question. Not with my friends, yes, with your friends. If you have community you can turn to do the healing, absolutely. The bee is another card of healing, but it's more that type that is involved with community, like how the older bees that explore away from the hive are often not the grandmothers, but they're that age, right? That grandmother type level. And if they think they're sick, they will sleep in little flowers, stay away from the hive. Seems significant to say that. So we've got protective and, Everstar? No. Elysian. I did it. Protective, but Elysian is in reverse. So this really does feel like this is not all of you. This is not all a part of your story. You don't need to keep carrying this with you until the end of time. This is not something that is static in you. And with that protective edge, it's like I want to say your higher self is trying to protect you from the pain that you are assuming that you need to keep carrying with you. And it's having you act out in certain ways. Moth Children. So Moth Children is a card of the story having been changed, and if you can look at what was changed, you can figure out why. But when it comes out in reverse, 9 times out of 10, without fail, I get this feeling that somebody is telling themselves a story. The story that changes to suit their needs in the moment, if they need to feel sad, if they need to feel angry, if they need to feel justified. Aspects of that story will change. Only parts of that story will be told. So I would suggest, with practice. And I don't want to say it's the word practice. It's this knitting. It's sitting in contemplation quietly and thinking back over things that you've done. Now, I know that's hard to do when you're knitting because there's a fucking pattern. A lot of these patterns are super in depth. I feel you. But an equivalent activity for you, right? Something that you can do. Taking a walk, running. I would suggest if you're going to do any in-depth thinking, you don't do anything around like high traffic areas, okay? People are dumb and people don't pay attention. You gotta be careful out here. Oh, the Masquerade. So the Masquerade kind of is a card of a little bit of fake it till you make it, put the mask on until you see what the environment is like, and then when you feel safe enough, you can start uncovering yourself piece by piece as things need to fit and flow into one another. But this is, again, as you uncover piece by piece, healing the things that need to be healed and appreciating and being thankful for the things that don't necessarily need it in that time, at that time. So Punch a Cop and Notice came out with Medusa. There are parts of you that you have labeled as monstrous, or other people have labeled monstrous, and you've accepted it that way. But with this Punch a Cup and Notice coming out, the reason that these are being brought to notice is because other people kind of have that little bit of jealousy. They see that authenticity, they see that fire, that energy, that vibe that you carry. And I even almost said at certain specific times, so take it how it resonates. But there is this energy that you carry that is in flagrant denial to what everybody else would wish it to be. Meaning that it is not controllable. It is not something that they can control necessarily. It's something that you need to control. But in doing that, you have to accept that that's part of you. And that makes you you. And that makes you just that little bit of spiciness. And as long as you're not hurting anybody else, it gives you a little bit of flavor, right? As long as you're not poisoning the water hole. Jackalope in reverse. So upright, this is see the little things and appreciate the little things. In reverse, though, I want to say, look at, especially with Medusa and Notice, look at how everything, like I was saying, look at how everything has made you a whole. Take time and appreciate how certain things have affected you in a good way and how things might have affected you in a bad way. And release the guilt, release the fucking guilt, release the guilt, release the guilt. Oh my God, there's stuff here that you don't know. And there's guilt that you've been carrying, just kind of holding it over your head. It's time to let it go away. There's things here that you don't know. With the holdings contraband, there's a story here that you're not quite aware of. And once you uncover this, I think you will understand why certain things happen the way that they happen. And while you may be able to forgive yourself, keep in mind that there are other people that might not forgive you so easily. Okay? You have to understand or decide for you if that's something you really necessarily care about, if that's something that maybe can be salvaged or not. So we had Grains come out, and that's a card of reaping what you sow. And then we've got Draw on the other edge, and Wander Home, bottom of the deck energy, with the echoing behind the grains. Let the things that you harvest be a memory only of the effort that you put in for the hard work, the things that you did experience. Let them be echoes only. Don't let them continuously push and charge your life. There are new boundaries here that you have to redraw, which do relate to your day-to-day. But don't be too serious with it. Oh God, with the fun police. Don't be, like I was saying, don't be too serious with it. This is a chance for you to create a little bit something new. Something that nobody has ever seen before. And we took Wander Home, just kind of fell down, and so if you feel a pull towards one specific area, entertain it for a little bit, hyperfixate for a couple days, and see where it gets you, as long as you're not destroying any of your other responsibilities. But little trickster, I should start calling this my Mosey card, because this is just injecting life with joy and fun and a little bit of chaos. You got this, baby. I love you. Get to work.